Hey guys, BionicleSaurus here, how you all doing? And in this video we are going to be taking a look at the final 2016 Safari Limited figure that I will personally be reviewing, the Carcharodontosaurus. Getting started with overall appearance, one thing I must say is that so far all of these 2016 figures, I won't speak for the re-released mammals as I don't plan on getting them, but all of the new mold, fully new 2016 figures from Safari Limited really have well-executed paint jobs. Not just good color schemes, but their paint application is very good. For a while, this was especially apparent in 2015, in my opinion anyway. Safari Limited had kind of a pattern of picking nice colors and a good range of colors, but not necessarily applying them well. Sometimes the blending between different shades was a little bit rough, and just sometimes the paint application wasn't the best. But even though the color schemes aren't out of this world for these 2016 figures, all the nice blending and fading between the different shades and colors really is looking nice, and I think this Carcharodontosaurus may just be the best example of that of all of the new figures. The posture, or pose, is somewhat similar to that of the Machikosaurus, but for some reason I feel it's been done better here. Something about this figure just looks more dynamic or fluid. I must say that this model really does justice to the ferocity of this animal. Coupled with the very impressive size, especially for a Safari Limited figure, just the expression, if you will, on the face, even though it's not really much of an expression, but just the look of the face and the claws and the posture really comes across. It makes this whole figure come across as very formidable. This truly does look like a large, voracious hypercarnivore. So, for overall appearance, I give this figure a B-. It's certainly not a figure that's going to jump out at you, but it does do the job that it was intended to do, and it does it well. And beyond that, as you can see in this comparison shot, it is a vast improvement on the old 90s Carcharodontosaurus from Safari. As far as detail is concerned, this figure truly does deliver. Like all the other dinosaurs for Safari Limited's 2016 lineup, this figure is fully covered in individually sculpted scales. The only somewhat sloppy paintwork I can find is around the gum line. Some of the pink and the white from the teeth kind of bleed onto the face or down into the mouth a little bit too much, and in some spots it is a little bit rough, but for the most part they did a good job. Like I said earlier, the paint scheme is very well applied, very complex, nice fading between the different shades of brown and tan, and this really does help to bring out the detail of the sculpt. So, for detail, I give this figure an A. Moving on to scientific accuracy, and as far as I can tell, this figure is almost flawless in this area. The proportions are overall, for the most part, correct. The scalation is pretty much perfect for what we can infer about the scales and skin of this animal. The dentition is correct. The size and shape of the skull pretty much perfectly reflects the real animal. No pronated hands, very minor shrink wrapping. There's really only one issue that I can find. The arms do appear ever so slightly oversized. I'm not really sure if they are. If they are, they aren't oversized by very much. And like I said, this is virtually the only issue I can find on the entire model. So, for accuracy, I give this figure another straight A. So, now for the overall rating of this figure, and this figure gets, surprise, surprise, an A-. I can almost confidently say that practically all of the 2016 figures got either an A or an A-. Maybe a couple got a little lower, maybe one got an A+, I can't quite remember. But really, and I mentioned this in my Iguanodon review, but I'm going to reiterate it here because I really want to stress that this is true. And that is that Safari Limited really is impressing me this year. I think with the exception of a few issues on a couple of the figures, they really have knocked it out of the park. And it's great to see a company for many years now consistently delivering what we have come to expect from them. Thanks for watching, and BionicleSaurus signing out.